Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
I think the problem comes in when we automatically assume that because a bigger woman is big, she's insecure. Because I've met so many in shape, gorgeous model women talk about how they were so insecure that it didn't matter that everybody said that they were gorgeous because it's outside. Aesthetics are just that, they're outside. You could be inside. You could be the most insecure, depressed, self-loathing, miserable, but you do a couple squats in between that,
and now you deserve the best in the world.
Come on. So okay. It's insecure.
The question was on the men's perspective.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that majority of men will say, you know, when they struggling on that date, the big girl is going to be the one that's going to step up more financially. That's just what majority of men will say. Okay. I've never seen a man I've never seen a man work his butt, especially a black man. As a black man, you're overcoming all odds, work your off, you become successful, you get the bag, you go out, you see a woman 350 pounds and be like, yep, that's my wife. I've never seen it.
I have.
When well, you gotta show me, because babe, I ain't never seen it in my life.
Hi ladies, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about this viral situation that took place on tonight's conversation. I downloaded the app, I watched the full episode, and I reflected for a few days, almost a week on this situation, because at first I'm like, ooh, I don't want to talk about this, but it's like, this is why I have the platform that I have, is to speak on these situations. And I just want to clear the air by saying I did not like how any of these women conducted themselves on this platform. And the reason is because the whole point of this platform is to create a safe space to have certain conversations and speak on certain topics that are uncomfortable. But if we're going to use verbiage like bitches, I think that's going to offset the safe space by far. And that's what took place. So I watched the episode, and I think this is where the tension started. It started when Six referred to bigger women as fat bitches. And then from that point forward, the tension grew. Now, I'm not sure what happened before the cameras were turned on to record this episode. I'm not sure what happened afterwards, but I'm sure the tension just grew from that point forward because two women felt disrespected. You know, I'm pretty sure some of these women have moms, aunts, cousins, aunties that are bigger women, and you're sitting up here referring to them as fat bitches. Now, one thing that I did not agree with was Keita and Randy referred to Six as a bitch. And so it was just very petty to me. I think we as women can conduct ourselves better. And I think it starts with respecting each other enough to not use certain verbiage that may offend the next person. Now, I understand that Six's angle. She likes to refer to some of her followers that are overweight as fluffies or as fat bitches to motivate them to lose weight. So I understand her perspective, but it's like you're on someone else's platform. People are going to get offended by that. So if people are going to get offended by that verbiage, maybe I need to respect the platform that I'm on and refrain from that verbiage while I'm on this particular platform. And I also think when it comes to these podcast settings that these conversations need to be had before the episode is recorded. Like, what verbiage can I use? What language can I use? What language should I refrain from on your platform? Because I'm trying to be respectful of your audience. and you as the host. So I think that conversation needed to be had prior to recording this episode, but I'm really disappointed in how all three of these ladies conducted themselves, because we all commonly want to help Black women. We want them to be healthy. We want them to be loved. We want them to be cared for. And we all have that general overall message when it comes to our opinions. And I think that we could do a better job of setting the example of respecting each other while still having differences in opinions. So I'm going to get into what I had to say regarding the situation. I felt like this question was for the men, but three women spoke the entire episode regarding how men feel when it comes to bigger women, their opinions on bigger women. And it was three women speaking for men. And I felt like that also created a narrative that wasn't 100% honest. And I felt like if we heard from the men, we would have gotten a different perspective. So Ace, he did the best that he could, but I felt like he could have really dominated the conversation a little bit more. And it probably could have diffused the tension between the two women, Keita and Six and Randy, or all three of the women, honestly, if we would have heard more from the men. So that's all that I have regarding this situation. But please, ladies, don't be messy, because I know how y'all are. Y'all like to be messy. Y'all like to be messy. As soon as I don't agree with someone, then all of a sudden it's, ooh, Yoni don't like such and such. And listen, I respect all three of these ladies. I was just disappointed in how they handled themselves on this episode. And I just felt like we all could do better when we are sharing spaces with each other and sharing differences in opinions. That is just my honest to God opinion. I also want to say that we need to be a little more realistic when we speak on this conversation, because, you know, Six's angle is, I don't know a Black man that's successful who would date a bigger woman. And the average Black male makes $40,000 a year. The average Black male. I repeat, the average Black male. So I don't think Black women have a huge incentive when it comes to weight loss. Honestly, if we're going to take the angle and make it about men, I mean, where are they taking us? Applebee's, Chili's, Olive Garden, they taking us out to get coffee. I mean, if I'm going to make it about men, I really want the incentive to be pretty worth it, you know, like worth my time. And I don't feel like when it comes to the average Black male that he can come in with all of these demands and the best that he could do is take me out for coffee or take me out to Chili's. Like, that's not cool. Like, I want to be on flights. I want to be on vacations. You know, if I'm going to be putting in all this work to get the male gaze, I think I should be rewarded, right? Because the almond mom in the white community, she's rewarded. She lives in that gated community. She lives in that 5, 6, 7 bedroom house. She can go to Pilates whenever she feels like it. She can get a nanny if she wants to. She can drive the Range Rover if she wants to. She can lay at the pool and tan all day if she wants to. She can go do yoga with her girlfriends. She doesn't have to work. I think when it comes to white women in other communities, they have a bigger incentive when it comes to keeping themselves together and in shape. So I think that that needs to be talked about more as well. I don't think that there's any wrong with men liking what they like. That's what they like. That is what they're attracted to. I'm not here to change that. But I think also when it comes to this conversation, we need to include the fact that a lot of these men are not living up to their side of things, like providing financially, protecting as well. And so I think that also needs to be talked about more if you want to encourage women to lose weight or men.
But most Black women are overweight or obese. Well, you know why? Because you can't afford a gym membership for them. And they would rather eat than be with a broke man. They would rather sit down and prepare a meal for their kids and their family and eat and get fat, because y'all aren't worth being skinny for. What we gonna be looking good and snatched for? To go get some coffee? Oh, I got to go to the gym. I might get invited out for some coffee tomorrow. Let me go get my brows waxed so I can get this coffee. Ooh, girl, I gotta go. I can't. I'm fasting, girl. I'm going to Applebee's tomorrow. What do we have to be skinny for? Y'all ain't taking us nowhere where we got to fit into something to look extra good. Y'all ain't taking us to no fundraiser. We ain't going to no gala. Y'all ain't getting no private jets to jet us off. Y'all ain't surprising us with plane tickets nowhere where we got to be snatched. Y'all trying to take us to Applebee's and to your mama house.
I just need Black women to understand there's no amount of coaching that you can receive that's going to change what is truly for you. And once you release the control, just allow life to happen. Like, that's the best advice that I could give you. That it really is. Like, I saw the video with Six the Goddess, and everybody's dragging her for that. And my opinion on that is, if something is out of your control, it's out of your control. Like, you can fix yourself up, you can do this and do that to meet all of these standards. And there have been so many women who have done it, and they have gotten cheated on, they have gotten dogged out, they have gotten used. I mean, we got Halle Berry, we have Beyonce, we have Nia Long, all of these women. And if something is truly out of your control, it's just out of your control. Like, there's nothing that you can do about it. You can be fit, you can be in shape, you can be overweight, you can be all of these different things, but it's like, it's out of your control. And you thinking that if you meet these standards that you gain some type of control, but you don't. And I think a lot of women need to hear that. You don't gain any control by meeting standards. And that's the thing. It's like women try to manipulate with that, because it's told to them at a very young age. If you get good grades, you'll get this. If you do this, you'll get this great career. But it's like, all of these things that you're supposed to receive, it's out of your control. So the best thing that I can tell you is just work on yourself, better yourself. You should want to do these things for yourself, because when you do these things, it puts you in a better position to receive things that you want out of life. But it only puts you in a better position. It does not actually give you the things that you want. It just puts you in a better position. That's it. So if you're looking at me like, oh my God, like Yoni is still single, like, yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth, because the only thing I've done is done the work, put myself in a better position. And yes, I'm in a position to receive, but I still haven't gotten it yet. And you want to know why? Because I don't have no control over it. These dating coaches that are trying to sell you this dream, like, oh, if you do this, you do that, the outcome, you're going to receive it. And it's just like, it's delusional. Like, it's delusional, because you can't control a man choosing you. You can try to manipulate, but you can't really control a man choosing you. You can't control getting that house. You can't control getting that car. You can't control getting the man. You can't control getting the wedding. You can't control those things. So a lot of these coaches are going to feed you that false reality so they can get paid that you can. The only thing they can teach you is, I can teach you to put yourself in a better position to receive these things, but you still may not get it. And are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? And I think the only way you're going to be okay with it is when you stop centering these things and you start to center yourself. Because when you center yourself, you make it about you. So I go to the gym for me. I do. I want to see the results. So when the results start to come in, I'm not disappointed, because I'm putting in the work. I'm seeing my body change and things like that. But like the man, I have no control over that man coming into my life. I have no control over that. None. So I don't make it about men. I make it about me. I make it about me seeing the results, because I want to see it. I'm putting in the work. Hell, I mean, why would I want to give all of that to a man? I'm putting in all this damn work. I'm sweating. I'm sore. I'm taking salt baths and ice baths and things like that. I want to see these results for me, not just for a man to indulge in whenever he wants to. Like, what about me? Do I matter? So I want women to understand that, like, yes, you can do all of these great things, but it doesn't mean that these things that are out of your control, you're going to get them. So that's why you shouldn't make that the focus. You should make yourself the focus, because you have 100% control over yourself, but you don't have control over these people, men. You don't have control over all of these external things. You only have control over yourself. That's why you have to center yourself. So all of these dating coaches, they're going to be going out of business soon. I'm telling you, they're going to be going out of business soon, because if we're being real, right? Dating coaches have ruined the dating scene. They have ruined the dating scene, ruined it. Everybody playing games, everybody. Don't matter if it's a man or a woman, everybody playing games. Everybody's manipulating now. Have you noticed that? Like, everybody's trying to manipulate to get what they want. Everyone's trying to manipulate to get a certain outcome. And it has completely ruined the dating scene. So these dating coaches, they're going out of style. I mean, they're going out of style. And it needs to happen, because these games, they need to die. And we need to get back to being authentic. And until we get back to that, the dating scene is going to remain trash. Like, everybody saying it got pee in it. It's dumpster diving. Yeah, because everyone's playing games. Everyone's trying to manipulate to get a certain outcome. And because of that, it has completely ruined the dating scene. We can't even get to know each other from a real place, because everybody's trying to get something out of the next person. With men is sex, with women is money, you know? So it's just like, that's the game. It's just a transaction. And listen, I don't want to partake in it. I don't. So please understand that. And ladies, should Black women work on getting healthy? Of course, you should. You should want to, because of the women that walked before you. A lot of them were unhealthy. You should want to, because you see your mother struggling. You see how she has a hard time moving around now that she's getting older. Right? Like, you should want to do that because you've seen your aunt struggle. You've seen your grandmother struggle. You've seen how they struggle with their health, and they have all of these chronic issues that are reoccurring, that they have to take these medications and these medications, and they have to do this and this. You should want to do it because you don't want to end up like that. You know that that is what's to come for you if you don't change and do something about it. But it shouldn't be about no man, though. A man gonna always disappoint you. It's just the world that we live in. They always gonna disappoint you. You're trying to fit this mold to be this woman. And the number one thing men like is variety. They like variety. They like the tall girl. They like the short girl. They like the petite girl. They like the bigger girl. They like the chocolate girl. They like the white girl. They like the girl with the kinky hair. They like the girl with the locks. They like the girl with the straight hair. They like the white woman. They like the Black woman. They like the Mexican. Men like variety. So you over here trying to beat yourself up to meet this standard, and it's delusional, because men like variety. They keep showing you how much they like variety. Black men particularly have shown you that they like variety. That's just what they like. And you can't take it personally. You can't. All you can do is show up as your authentic self, because then that just is something that they can partake in if they're truly interested in you. But to beat yourself up, that's insane. I seen a big girl get married the other day. She had an extravagant wedding. I mean, it was beautiful. She had the princess gown. She had the bridesmaids. She had the groomsmen, and the wedding was on point. So please don't allow social media to feed you this false reality that big women are not getting married. They are. I'm in shape and I'm single. Like, I think I need to say I'm in shape and I'm single, and there are bigger women out here that are getting married, being loved on in the way that they want. So that's delusional. You want to know why? Because men like variety. That's what they like. That is what they like. And if we're speaking on Black men particularly, they have shown you historically that they like variety. That is just what they like. And I haven't met a man that doesn't. White, Mexican, they just like women. They like the nature of a woman. When they really do like women, though, because, you know, some of them don't like women. We can get into that later, but some of them don't like women at all. But the men that actually like women, they like the nature of a woman. So they like variety. They like how a woman smells. They like her skin. They like women, you know. So it like, women are trying to kill themselves to be this and to be that, and It's really delusional. I think men who struggle with their sexuality, they don't like women, or they're very strict about the type of woman that they like. But men who truly just desire a woman, they desire a woman. That's it. So men like variety, ladies. That's the only thing that you need to be concerned about. Men like variety. So where does that place you on the spectrum? It can place you anywhere, depending on where you live. Is that not right? Because in the South, they like they women thick. Up north, they like they women more on the slim side. In LA, slim. South, thick. They like variety. That is what they like. So work on being yourself. That's all I got. Just work on being yourself. Even gay men like us. Yeah, like, listen, men like women. That's it. Are there going to be some men out here that are shallow? Yeah, because of I feel like it's based and rooted in societal pressures. We all have them. They just look differently. So for women, it's our beauty. For men, it's status. So if depending on their social group, they're going to want a woman that's more in shape, that will make him look better to other men. Because it's really about other men. It ain't about you. It's not. It's about other men. You are a trophy, and you will be treated as such. So you're supposed to make him look better. So when you give it a man like that, that's what it's about. That is all it's about, is to make him look better. So it just depends on what type of role you want to play. Every woman has a role to play in society, and it just looks differently for different people. Remember, ladies, men like variety. So show up as your authentic self, work on yourself, improve yourself for you, because you understand men like variety. So center yourself, make yourself the main character, because men like variety. So there's no need for you to feel like you need to meet this or to meet that. You should improve yourself, but you should do it based off of your own desires and not the desires of a man. Because when you do that, you will not be disappointed. So that's all I have regarding this video. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next video.